Go.
What's up, guys? I know it's been a while. It's Tyler, House of Cards TCG, and we just finished up the YCS. I played 11 rounds, made it to day 2. I ended up going into day 2 X2, won my round 10 against Sword Soul, went to round 11, and round 11 I lost to Despia. So I ended up X3, 8-3, not bad at all. I took the plants, and my list is
plants. Let's go.
My list is very spicy though. I'm gonna tell you this. Like, it's not your typical list. I've eliminated a ton of the bricks. It performed extremely well. There's only one change I would make, which I'm gonna tell you. And the only reason why I lost round 1 to Sword Soul in time, he burned me for 12. Otherwise, I OTK and win. Is literally time. The other one I lost to was Plunder, and honestly, I lost to Plunder because I wasn't prepared. I didn't really know what they do. So I should have won that match. If I was more prepared for Plunder, I'd probably win that. And then 11, I went into game 3, and it was the hardest brick hand I had in literally 48 hours. I went to a case tourney on Friday. We won that. We did X1, and then YCS did well. Literally, out of all 16 rounds, game 3, round 11 was my worst hand.
Just variance.
It had to be that one. So I'll get into the profile. I'll do a small combo for you, show you how I do it and why I play the cards that I play, and I'll explain everything to you. So let's get into it. Start with obviously the one you want to see, which is the vanilla. That's Loki. It's basically you got to get to him, and you got to play cards. Also, this is a 43 card deck, so I trimmed it to 43. For my one-ofs, which are my plants, I only played 1 twin. You do not need 2 twins. If you hard open twin, you can still play. You just have to find the combo line. So opening up twin is not the end of the world. You can still play. You're perfectly fine. So you only need 1. Don't brick your deck with a second. 1 Rose Girl's card's insane. I use her for follow-up. Laurel, and then I play 1 Lone Fire, and that's a small world target, and he will literally bridge you to everything that you need to see. So small world is a must in this deck. It's insane. I'll show you why.
Worst case scenario, you can normal that too.
And worst case scenario is you still normal, but if you activate right, you can't normally because you can't use its effect. But it's not the worst bridge to have in the game. Like, it still can get you to Loki. For the spells, I played 1 Sowing, 1 Shrine, and 1 Bloom. A lot of people are on 2 Sowing. There was never a time in 16 rounds that I wanted 2 Sowing in my deck. It's an extra brick. You can literally cut that to 1 and you're perfectly fine, promise. So don't play the extra twin, don't play the extra Sowing. Small World, literally probably second best card in my deck. This card won me so many games, and I'm gonna explain why. I'll show you why that card can get you to anything that you want and can break boards going second, which is what this deck struggles with. A lot of people, you're playing I don't play the Rika, I don't play Cactus Bouncer, I don't play Naturia Rose Whip, I don't play any anti-spells, nothing. I don't need gas going first, I need gas going second. So Small Worlds allows me to break boards. I'll show you why. And then a lot of time I have for extenders to get to Loki, 1 for 1. 1 for 1 can also bring out Laurel in a situation where you have Loki and you need to extend and bring out Laurel, because if they stop your Dryas, you can 1 for 1 bring out Laurel, link those off for Jasmine, activate Laurel, gain the life, activate Jasmine, get the Therion. So it's an extender. I only play 2 Painful Decision because you don't want to brick on this card, and then I play 3 Unexpected Die. So that's 3 die, 2 Painful Choice, 1 for 1, and 3 Small World, plus 3 Loki. That's how I get to him. That's 12 copies, add Lone Fires, 13 copies in a 43 card deck. As well as Small World, again, allows you to get to other things that you don't have in your hand, and that's why that card's so important. For the Brave package, 3 Enchantress, and then I main decked the Illegal Knight, main decked the Griffin. I never sided out either one. They stayed in my deck all 16 rounds, and I made sure that both of them were in my deck the entire time. There's so many situations where you want one or the other, and you should never side them out. I played 2 rights, so I play Foolish, so I only needed 2 rights because Foolish allows me basically another right, but also if I open Enchantress or right, that 3rd right is now Foolish, and it can allow me to send a Therion, or it can allow me to send a Loki if I need to get into the grave, or Rose Girl to add for an extender. So I cut the 3rd right for Foolish. It was very correct. It was perfect because a lot of times I would see Foolish and I'd have Enchantress, so I didn't need the Foolish. Allowed me to go into some other plays. The 1 Faithful and the 1 Draco back, of course. And then for the Therions, played 3 Lily, 1 Regulus, 1 Field Spell. Field Spell is broken. It's the MVP. It's insane. People have to out this so they can't beat you. And if you get Dark Rulered, I'm gonna mind you, when you get Dark Rulered, right? I don't play the Rika, so like my board's usually the Griffin, Regulus, the Link 4, Dryentia, plus the Bega Lancer. And if they Dark Ruler, they still have to hit over your guy like 3 times because you have Sowing to protect, you have the Field Spell to protect, and then they have to swing again to actually beat over it. So like a lot of times this is like enough to push, and then you could. My build ends with a ton of follow-up. So for the one-ofs, obviously the one Foolish, the one Called By, and then for hand traps, I only played Ash. Didn't play any other hand trap. That was the only hand trap I played. It's really good, so you want to get to it. It's also Small World, so if you open Small World plus combo, you can actually use what you search at the end of the combo to Small World into an Ash, so you can end on Ash on top of your combo. Droplet is definitely, you have to have this in the main nowadays. It's just insane. And then the tech is p.u.n.k and Lava Golem. This card, MVP. 100% MVP of the day. So if what I say was the second best card of the deck? Small World. And this is the MVP because Small World gets to it. So like why this is crazy is because you can get to these cards literally like.
You're here for Yu-Gi-Oh! Day number 7. Please head to the judge, waving his hand in the air. With the clipboard, Yu-Gi-Oh! Day number 7.
Like literally depending on your hand. And with let me see where I can find him real quick. So like with Lone Fire as a bridge, this card, like any card in your deck, bridge with Lone Fire, gets you to Lava Golem. It can get you to, because these guys match with plants most of the time, or like ashes are they're fire or whatever. So a lot of times you can get to these. You can get to your Lily if you need to. You can Small World grab your Lava Golem. If you have an unexpected die or a 1-for-1 in your hand, you can Small World send something, Lava Golem them. Then you can proceed to use the 1-for-1 or the unexpected die to full combo. Or Lone Fire can get you to Water Enchantress, or like I said, it can actually get you to Loki too. So like literally with Lone Fire, you can take any card in your deck, Small World, use Lone Fire to get any card in your deck. It's insane. Like Sword Soul would full combo me. They don't end on any Omni Negate, so they can't negate it. You activate Small World, go grab Lava Golem, you Lava Golem their board, and then you've dealt with 3 disruptions. You get rid of their Shishao, you get rid of their Long Yuan, and it cuts off their Blackout. So you've literally dealt with 3 disruptions with 1 card. It's insane. Like Despia, you grab this, Lava Golem them. Guess what? Now you get rid of the Chimera, because like they can use that, but they have to have 2 cards in hand. And you just like got rid of their Mirror Jade on field. It's insane. Like Small World 100% was MVP. It's the best card in this deck. Like I'll show you the combo. It's just wild. I guess the one player, he actually Mystic Mind me, or not Mystic Mind. He flipped Anti-Spell. And Anti-Spell is pretty crucial. So like I used Small World. I think I took Ash. I took Ash into, or I can't remember what it was, but I bridged a plant or Earth, because they're all Earth, right? So you could go like Ash into Loki, which I think is what I did. I Ash into Loki because they match with 0 attack, and then you can search this because they're both Earth. So
nice.
Yeah, so I searched p.u.n.k, special p.u.n.k, popped the anti-spell, proceeded to full combo with the Brave Engine. Like in the theory, it's crazy.
Insane.
Like Small World, so like you have to be like real big brain about it. And
let's see the extra in the side, and then we'll get into the Small World.
All right. So 3 Dryas, that's the standard. 1 Thrasher, 2 Healer, that's fine. 2 Jasmine, which is fine. I didn't need a 3rd. Sylvan, she came up a lot where I really needed her. The Mill 3, a lot of times was really good. Like I would not cut this card. A lot of times I made her and would try to mill 3 to mill like a Therion, or try to mill the Water Enchantress or anything like that. So she's really good. I played 2 Melius, 2 Bega Lancers. This is really good because you can keep remaking it and you need this. The 1 Link 4, which is insane. And then I played Baron because when you end your turn, you have Rose Girl in hand. Plus you have, is this still going?
Yeah.
So a lot of times you end with Rose Girl in hand, and then you have like the Illegal Knight, or you have the Griffin. And then so what you can do is you can actually like take those and make a Baron if you need to, if they out your token, or if they token collector you or whatever. So like
Baron came up a lot in testing.
It did, but actually never summoned it. I'm actually gonna replace this with the Omega. And I'm gonna put Gamma in the side deck. That's the only change I would make, is when I got Drolled, I would actually lose to Droll. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut Baron, put Omega in that spot, and I'm gonna add Gamma to the side deck. Yeah, Droll was insane all week. 3 Nib in the side. I'm gonna cut that for Gamma. I don't think this card's good right now. With the Brave Therions, it's actually, this card's not good. Droll though, Droll is insane, so I played 3 Droll. Definitely, I'm gonna keep that. I just got to find one more card to cut for the Gamma package, but nibs are definitely coming out for the Gamma package. I played the 3 twin. I'm going to be honest, I think I only sided that in twice. And it was against the Invoke, Dogmatica, Eldritch, Brandon player. Maybe, I don't even know, like, honestly, like, one of these can probably come out for the Gamma. Evenly was insane. Like, I broke boards. I broke Sword Soul boards with this. I broke Despia boards with this. I had a Despia player. I went to battle phase, activated Evenly. He had Adlib in hand, so then he went Mirror Jade effect, and I had Droplet chained and sent the Evenly, so then he had to banish his Mirror Jade face down, so he couldn't bring it back. Like, so much that you could do with this. Evenly was crazy. And then, of course, like, you have to play this.
Mandatory.
Like, mandatory dimensional barrier. So I'll probably cut 1 twin and the nibs for the Gamma package, and that's gonna be for going first, really. Because we do so much searching up front, like, Droll is an easy hit on us. So to avoid getting drolled, I'm gonna play the Gamma package. I would not suggest Crossout, because Crossout is not that good, because you gotta play all this stuff. Like, as you can see, like, my only hand trap's Ash, and then my side deck. So I don't want to put in Crossouts just for Drolls when I could just play the Gamma package. And also, like, it's good going first or second, right? So basic combo, like, if I just draw 5, like I said, if I would just resolve it. Let's see, I'm gonna try to play this backwards, right?
Yep.
So, like, you open up, like, right. I probably should have power shuffled.
Oh no.
I probably should have power shuffled. So let's just say you open up, I don't know, what?
This is being cut.
No, well, I just dealt them out. I didn't really shuffle them up.
Yeah, you didn't shuffle.
Would you consider tactics?
No, hand traps weren't like that prevalent, and plus a lot of people had imperm and droplet, and so, like, it's just so like, basically, like, if you just can get to these two even through Small World, and like I said, if you open up Small World, like, you can get to Lava Golem if you already have, like, the extension, but basically use the Water Enchantress. I'll probably, like, flip it when I go to, so go the Water Enchantress, grab right, then you activate right. That obviously brings out a token. And then token will bring out the Faithful. And then you can normal Loki, link Loki off for the Dryas. And chain block the Dryas unless they have Imperm. Or you can go for the Griffin play if you have the discard to do, because then you can prevent yourself from getting Impermed. Sometimes I wish I did that. But you basically go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. And then that's going to go ahead and grab you Sowing. And then grab you the Draco back. Then you can activate Faithful. Obviously. Grab Griffin, discard the Draco back.
The combo.
Reattach.
Attach.
Summon. Then you Sowing. So then this is where you're going to bring out Twin. Then you pay 1,000. Because you pay 1,000, you go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. So Dryas, you gain the 1,000 back. And then you bring out Healer. Twin's going to go ahead and bring back your Loki. Then you're going to link both these off. Go for Jasmine. Jasmine's going to tribute this. And when it does that, you're going to go ahead and bring out your Laurel. Because you don't need the Mardell. Mardell's just an extra brick. And again, as you can see, like, I try to limit as much bricks as I could here within my deck. Then you link those off for the second Jasmine. Gain 500 on Laurel, mandatory Chainlink 1 and 2. They're mandatory, so they go off 1 and 2. They can't, like, go in between. And then here, what I do is I grab the Lily, and I grab Rose Girl, and that's my follow-up. So then I go Lily, grab Laurel, send the Lily effect, send the Laurel. That goes ahead and gets you the field spell. Then you activate the field spell. That grabs the Regulus. You link both these off. Go for Melius. Melius effect, bring back the Loki. Link those off again. Go for the Melius, bring back Loki. Link the Loki off for another Dryas. Dryas effect, then you grab the Shrine. I did this combo enough, like, it got down, like, my combos were literally 4 or 5 minutes, and like, my opponent was like, dang, that's the fastest plant player I've seen, and I was like, yeah. Now here, so what I do, and here's the reason why, this is where it's most important, right? So I go for the Link 4. A lot of times people are going for the Bengal Lancer here, and then because they add the Rika, they tribute the Bengal Lancer because it can summon back, but that eliminates your follow-up, like, you're crushing your follow-up because then it banishes when it leaves the field. So, like, I go for the Link 4 here, and then you grab Bloom. And then we use the Sunavalon Shrine, discarding the Rose Girl. Rose Girl effect, you add it right back to hand, it's like insane. Then you use the effect of Shrine to bring back the Loki. And then these two go into the Bengal Lancer here. And then you activate Resurgence. Or Regulus, I mean. Targeting Lily. So basically,
please report to the main event stage. Player James Valentino.
So basically what you do is you have the Omni Negate, the Field Spell Protection, the Negate effect here, the Link 4, the Bounce, and then you have the Bloom. If they Dark Ruler you and out you, and here's the reason why I went with this combo and eliminated the Rika and I eliminated Cactus Bouncer, I don't play the Rose Whip. If you Dark Ruler me, and I've played through this, like where they Dark Ruler you, and then what they have to do is they have to be able to break your board completely in the sense that, all right, the first one that they want to get rid of is obviously your Dryantia. You always go for the Dryantia because they can't attack it and because it bounces, right? So when they try to go for that, you have all kinds of protection. One, you have the Sowing. So let's say they go into battle phase, they battle into it, Sowing. They battle into it again. Then you use the Field Spell, you send the Therion. Then they have to battle it a third time to actually get over this, and then at that point, you just add a Therion back to your hand. All right?
Broken.
It's insane, right? And then on top of that, like if they out your board, they're gonna go for these guys. They want to get rid of these, right? So they out that, and then their next target is your token because the Draco back is equipped to the token. So a lot of times they'll leave your Griffin on field and they go for the token, right? They have to because then they get Draco back bounced. Like so they want to get rid of Draco back, and they typically they can't get rid of this. Most of the time they can't get rid of your board anyway, but especially this. So then on the follow-up, it's like so easy because what you do is you go, all right, main phase you draw, like droplet's fine, right? You go Lily effect, target Regulus. Boom, you like instant start up on a negate, right? And then from here, if you want, you can go Shrine, bring back, or you could just like normal Rose Girl, turn both of these if you want into Baron. But if I cut Baron, which I'm gonna do probably, like you just use Faithful, grab water, grab the token, you have another Omnigate, like 2 negates instantly on the follow-up. And you still have Rose Girl, you still have the Sunseed, so there's like more follow-up that you can do. Oh, and like, because I don't tribute this for the Rika, I get to bring it back. So like, I have a Link 2, Link 4, like I'm definitely, yeah, you cracked my board, but I'm definitely still OTKing you, so. The deck's insane, honestly. Like I said, the only change that I would make is I'm gonna put Gamma in the side because Droll really hurts and I wanna be able to stop that. And I'm gonna cut Baron for Omega. So those are the 2 changes I'm gonna make. But overall, like I said, X3, the YCS went matchups. I think I've written down with like Sword Soul, Salad, Despia, Sword Soul. I played them all. Plunder, I did lose to Plunder.
Got a spicy Grand Maju.
I did play a Grand Maju player. Another Despia, another Sword Soul. So it was overall a lot of variance. I wouldn't even say that there's a matchup that Invoke Dogmatica Eldritch branded, right? That was crazy. But I wouldn't even say that there was a matchup that's like I'm tough against because this build just breaks any board. Like you can get to anything. So there isn't even a matchup that I'm worried about. Mostly it's just like being able to pilot the deck correctly because there's a lot of different lines that I had to make where I had to like take awkward hands and make that full combo. And you know, these guys saw me do it a couple times and like I remember one guy over here with it was game 3 against Sword Soul, and Sword Soul full comboed, and he like peeked over, looked at my hand, and he looked at me, and he saw that I had like a Small World. He already knew like that Small World into that Small World into that Lava Golem, and you just cracked it. Like that's all it takes to crack Sword Soul's board. Like their entire full combo cracked on that.
And
like,
if you have no interruptions for the plant board, you cannot play through that. It's impossible.
If you have like a lot of you can play through at least one, sometimes even 2 or 3 hand traps. Like I played through a Double Crow Imperm one hand. It was against I didn't put up much, don't get me wrong, but he had no gas because he had burnt it all, and like it only takes 1 card, and then, like you just full combo again. Like the Brave Engine, a lot of times if you do have to say, like they stop your plant stuff, the Brave Engine is enough to just sit on and like really apply a lot of pressure to your opponent. There's one game I won just because I had the Brave Engine. Like you put 4 on attack, and then like next turn you grab a Legal Knight plus Griffin, or if you open Griffin or Legal in hand, and then you get the full combo with the Brave, add a Legal Knight on top of your full board, so the Dark Ruler you still can summon a Legal, spin back, because I still have the open board. Like plants full combo in the different builds, they take up the entire board. I leave zones open because like if I open a Legal Knight and have Griffin on board, you can still summon a Legal Knight, bounce 2 cards. Like it's crazy. Like going second, you can use the Adventure Engine bounce 2 cards on their side of the field, then use Draco back to bounce illegal back to your hand. Then you
Broken.
can summon it on their turn again and use the effect. Like, so much that you could do. Like, so like the power set going second cards were definitely mandatory in this deck for this YCS. Again, I probably should have beat Plunder if I was more prepared for that matchup. And if I didn't brick so hard game 3, round 11, like there's a possibility in a great world that I'm X1, right? Yeah. So overall though, incredible deck. I hope all my plant guys, they try to build this because it's incredible and it's a lot of fun. So that's pretty much it. That's,
Any shout outs?
Shout outs House of Cards TCG, Shane
Let's
coming
go.
here with me.
Oh, their Facebook group chat.
Oh yeah, the Sunavalon group. Like we've been talking a lot in there. So my boy Avery and Andrew and Brandon cheering me on all weekend.
This is
so
Plant God. This is Plant God.
Plant God. They call me the Plant God now. I don't know if there's. I don't think there was a Sunavalon player that did better than this. I think this was the top Sunavalon
You
deck.
got it.
I'm pretty sure. So from what I've seen. So yeah, that's the spice. I've been telling everybody that there's some spice to it. So that's the spice. Give it a try. It's 43 cards, so it's really manageable. And again, Small World MVP, Lava Golem MVP 2, like runner up. That's it. Get those cards in your deck. All right, guys. I will catch you later. Happy to be X3 at the YCS. So
Welcome back.
welcome back. Here we go. Get some videos out.